Welcome to the Banker Lamp. Please enjoy the video.
You begin by adding room and support libraries to your module build. Gradle so the compiler and runtime are available. Once done, make sure Java 8 compatibility is enabled and annotation processing is configured so Room can generate code. In Java projects, use annotation processor. Next, create an entity model class that maps to a table and define a primary key and fields. This step establishes the schema. It's critical because Room derives SQL and migrations from these Java model definitions, reducing manual SQL work. Now you define your data access layer. Create a DAO interface with typed methods annotated with @query, @insert, @update, and @delete so Room knows how to implement them. Then implement an abstract class extending Room database annotated with @database, listing entities and version. Include abstract methods to return your DAOs. After that, instantiate the database using Room Database Builder in a singleton or application class so you reuse one instance. This ensures thread safety and avoids leaks. Make sure to configure a fallback strategy. Finally, wire the database into your app by calling DAO methods from background threads, executors, or using live data so UI observes changes automatically. When you change the schema, increment the version and provide migration objects to preserve user data. Otherwise, consider destructive migration only for early development. For debugging, enable Room's export schema or log SQL to inspect queries. If something goes wrong, check stack traces for missing generated classes and confirm annotation processing ran. Most issues stem from misconfigured Gradle or mismatched entity annotations.
Thanks for watching. If this was helpful, leave a like and consider subscribing. See you next time.